Hey guys, welcome back to another video. What an eventful weekend it's been, especially Sunday. Sunday was definitely not boring because we got Donald Trump tweeting on his Truth social media that we could be getting, or we are getting, a crypto reserve. I mean, a crypto reserve. And then he added Bitcoin and Ethereum to us on the last tweet. So yeah, all looking really, really excited at the moment. So, but in this video, I'm going to be talking about, obviously, what's been happening in terms of the crypto space regarding the reserve, but I also want to cover a bit about CRO as well, because we had a tweet off Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, regarding the allocation of $5 billion stockpile to America, the world capital of crypto. So we want to get into that and actually what my thoughts are of that. But before I start, hit the like button, give a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated because right now we've got a lot of retail that have left the market, especially after the altcoin dump capitulation that we've had. But on yesterday, it just got a bit of a relief rally, I think. I think we had a little bit of a relief from that tweet, which made everybody feel just that little bit better on a Sunday. But anyway, what we can see here at the moment, we've got the US National Bitcoin Reserve in 2025 has now a 63% chance of happening. So that is super bullish. And also, we did get Eric Trump tweet out as well. I love the genius of the announcing of a strategic reserve on Sunday when the traditional markets are closed and Wall Street sleeps. For the first time, retail investors win. Traditional finance better catch up or will quickly become extinct. The world no longer runs on Monday, Friday, 9 to 5. Because we do know that we're on about the stock markets opening 7 days a week. Will that happen? Obviously, I don't know on that one. But what we did get is, and we can see here, a bit more close up, we got Donald Trump first retweeted out, a crypto reserve will evaluate the critical industry after years of corrupt attack by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward on the crypto strategic reserve. That includes XRP, Solana, and ADA. I will make sure the US is the crypto capital of the world. We're making America great again. And he says here, and obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum as other valuable cryptocurrencies. So it's not just those currencies. It could be other ones, just like I accumulate is I say, and that's an American coin, and that's hopefully will be part of it. We know that World Liberty Finance has also been purchasing on that as well. So, but I've also owned ADA as well. So yeah, but we'll be at the heart of a reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's great. And as we can see here, we do have, if you go to CoinGecko, it's got a whole list here. And I think this is the next narrative. This is the narrative. It's good. We had meme coins, and I think it's going to be US crypto coins, basically, like the Solanas, the ADAs, the XRPs, the H-bar, I mean. So a lot of the coins here, and exactly like I said, we'll get also hopefully get Say, as we can see here, Say here will be part of it as well. Because like I said, we know that his company, his exchange, has been purchasing Say. So I'm hoping that's going to be one of those coins with such a low market cap on it will absolutely make some giga moves towards the upside. So a lot of exciting things. So like I said, you can come to CoinGecko, check all those USA coins here. Lots here to choose from. And I think this is personally going to be the narrative that's going to be leading the rest of the crypto bull market. That's in my opinion. Let me know below. I do think meme coins, I think the top meme coins will definitely still make a move, like the Pepes and maybe Mog as well, and maybe Bonk and Whiff. I think those kind of coins will also be making strong moves as well. So as we know, also, we've got sort of big event coming on Friday where we'll get more clarity on this as well. And no doubt we'll get more information of what is actually going to be happening and when. Because don't forget, we've got the US President Donald Trump will host the first White House Crypto Summit on Friday, the March the 7th. What Pacific crypto agenda do you hope they will discuss? So let us know also in the comments. And as we can see here, CryptoPanker Say has also said Say. So I'm hoping, yeah, that will get mentioned as well. But I also want to point out as well, I know we've got a lot of exciting things happening this week in terms of the crypto space, but we've also got to look at the macro as well, because we've got a lot of tailwinds heading our way, because we know we've got the US ISA manufacturing PMI coming out as well. And as well as later on this week, I think Friday, we've also got here unemployment rate as well. And also we've got the US Fed Chair Powell is also speaking as well. So obviously, all this is going to be like market movers as well. So don't forget the Federal Reserve are all data dependent. And obviously, depending what happens with the unemployment rate as well, then obviously, as we know, Jerome Powell is very data dependent in terms of, are we going to get any rate cuts this year, or are we going to get 1, 2, or 3 rate cuts this year? So obviously, if we start to see a bit of a fracture in the economy, then obviously I feel that we may get more cuts later on this year. But obviously what we've also got to look out for in 16 days time and 9 hours from making this video, we will have the FOMC meeting as well. And obviously that is always going to be, especially this time, I think, is going to be quite a big event, really, to be honest with you. And we can see here that people, 93% think we're going to get about a 25, may well get a 25 basis point cut. But obviously, we might not. We might get a pause. It's all depending on what data we get from now until then as well. So obviously, lots of eyes to be watched for. And obviously, it's a market mover. But obviously, what happens with the traditional markets will affect the crypto market as well, because we're all, at the moment, fairly correlated to that. Because obviously, now we've got a lot of BlackRocks who for their investors, have bought a lot of the ETFs. So we're quite correlated now with the stock markets, and I'm hoping that we get some good news, because what we want to do is, especially for like the crypto market, as you know, in terms of the altcoins especially, we're in quantitative tightening at the moment, and we want quantitative easing, where it's going to help a lot of these altcoins to make big moves towards the upside. And not just that, also the traditional stock markets like tech as well. So once we start to know about quantitative easing, will we get that this year? There's always a big possibility, because as we might start to see the economy starting to weaken. So we just got to bear that one in mind. So keep your eyes open. Like I said, it was great news yesterday. The markets ate a pump up 50-odd%, but now is a time to watch this week. What will happen on the US Open today? So we've got to bear that one in mind. But also, I want to be looking at as well, Chris, the CEO of CryPTO.com, tweeted out today, Cronos allocation, a $5 billion stockpile to make America world capital of crypto. Now, you've got to take this with a bit of a pinch of salt. This is what Chris is saying. This is not what the president's saying. So until it comes out the presidential mouth or a tweet from Donald Trump, I'm just taking this with a pinch of salt personally. But there's a lot of skepticalness on this in terms of the Crow fam. We can see here, Crypto West here, which I follow, give him a follow. He says, normally I'm very bullish, but I just see that the 70 billion Crow that was burned in 2021 is coming back into circulation through a controlled release over 5 years. How does this help Crow price? Because at the end of the day, we've been, all of us, not all of us, but me and others have been calling for a Crow burn to help the supply come down and bring people in to the Cronos ecosystem, which will inevitably push the price of CRO up. But reversing this burn that happened in 2021, I do not want to see it. I don't want it to happen, to be honest with you. That's my personal opinion. But what I would like to see is to see Chris come out and do at least an AMA or do a thread on in terms of a tweet, in terms of their explanation of this. Because I think short term, I do still feel CRO can still fly in alt season. Basically, what I just don't want to see any more tokens coming onto the market, because I don't think that's going to be very good for the sentiment of the Crow fam or any kind of investors in CRO coin, in my opinion. So, you know, is it going to be, obviously they want to be a part of that in terms of the strategic crypto reserve. So, you know, I don't know what was discussed with Donald Trump behind closed doors with Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com. I don't know what was discussed in that. So obviously, I think that we've just got to see, I don't want to really look into too much into this until Chris has come out with more details. I don't want to be fudding it or anything like that. I want more details. I'm not going to be saying anything else right now because until Chris comes out and gives us more details, it's all speculation about this. Because what tends to happen is if they start talking about increasing the supply of CRO, and Crypto.com are very good at this, is when the Crow fam get together and really put the pressure on, they end up backing out of it. But maybe, I don't know. But I don't really want to... Let me know what your thoughts are on this in terms of what you think might happen. Because like I said, I just don't want to speculate too much, but I don't want the supply to be brought back into it. I really don't. I don't think it looks good for sentiment or anything like that. I hope I'm wrong on that because I want burns. I'll be honest with you. I want burns. I want to see our CRO coin to start to go up, just like BNB, BitGetCoin, going up. I don't want our Crow coin to be just sitting right where it is, close to bear market bottoms. It's not good for sentiment. I'm just not going to be happy if that happens. That's my personal point. Because at the moment, what we can see here, at the moment, on the Cronos post here today, an ambitious proposal was published for voting of the Cronos Post-Governance Forum. The community is invited to vote on bold plan to restore Cronos' golden age, with a massive investment allocation to support the Cronos roadmap, including the ETF, and American ambition to become the world capital crypto. To support the goal, the Cronos Strategic Reserve will be established via reversal of February 20. This is the bit I don't like. The Strategic Reserve will be subject to a new 5-year lockup on top of a 5-year lockup that has already passed since Crow's original insurance on Ethereum, bringing the total value period to 10 years. I don't know. I just don't like the look of it, to be honest with you. I just don't want it to happen. I just don't want that to happen. I want to see a Crow burn, and that's it. That's what I want to see. I want to see a burn, not more supply coming on. So until they come out with more detail and Crypto.com CRO comes with more detail, I'm going to hold on fire on that one personally. I know, at the end of the day, I do know that Cronos traditionally did not have a seat at the table. It's not a US token. I get that. And the performance of the chain and token has been lackluster. Crypto.com has also seemingly to abandon Crow in the past, which did not help. And that was I just don't want that to happen. I want to see, I've got a big bag of it, so I want to see it move up because we can look at the price at the moment of CRO. This is obviously on the 5-minute. We had that big pump up today, and then suddenly we're starting to pull back down to the downside. But we look on the 1 day as well. So we can see here, we had that big pump up, spiked all the way up to 0.10 and then, close to that, and then basically retraced back down towards the downside. We see money flow basically has been coming out as well. Now we have reclaimed that 20 EMA as support at the moment. Will that hold? I want us to get above that 50 and that 200 EMA. Now, if they came out with a burn, like a $5 billion burn or something like that, then obviously I think we would have been skyrocketing up to the upside. We had that bit of a pump, and now we've come back. And obviously we're Bitcoin sitting at $91.68 thousand dollars at the moment. So obviously it's all been dictated in terms of what Bitcoin is doing at the moment. And we can see here Bitcoin at the moment. We saw that. We came back down. We tested the area of 78. We've pretty much filled in the CME gap there. And then basically we've moved up towards the upside, obviously because of that strategic reserve that's been announced as well. And now we're creating support again. So we got above the 20 and above the 50 EMA. We've come back a little bit, but obviously we're still sitting at that 91,000. Now what I would like to see us is to actually reclaim back up to $100,000. The bulls to get back up to that mark. Until then, I'm not remaining so bullish. I'm bullish on what just happened short term, but I think we need to get above that $100,000. We need the bulls to kick back up there, and maybe that's something that will happen on Friday, or it could well happen today when the US opens as well. So we just got to bear that one in mind. We need to get above, I think, that $100,000, and I really need to see CRO get back up that 0.10 as well, to get above that 200, get above that 50 EMA. That's what I want, and I want to see Chris to come out with more details as well. I know we got a little bit of details from the Cronos chain, but I want to see Chris actually give a thread, or at least give us an AMA as well. So I hope that's been useful. Smash that like button, get us subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.